I'm ready.
Okay.
Can you do that again? That's
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. So maybe if you could just start by talking about when you first moved to San Francisco and why you moved here. What brought you here?
I moved to the city actually the day before my 18th birthday, and I was already going to city college. I had dropped out of high school halfway through junior year, which my parents sort of let me do with the promise that I would still get a GED and still stay in school and go to community college. And I was like in the city every day already, and most of my friends were like in the city at that point, and so I was like taking the bus here every day, and I was like, I need to not have a curfew and go all the way back to Pacifica. And so I was like really set on moving to the city as soon as I was 18, and I succeeded. It felt really good. It was like day before birthday, I moved to the Sunset. I think it was just like freedom, just more freedom, and like being closer to like where I was already hanging out.
Nice. What areas have you lived in San Francisco?
I've actually only lived in the Sunset and Mission. I lived in the Sunset for a year, and when that lease was up, I actually had some like insane, crazy like roommate drama, like security deposit bullshit, crazy shit happen, and then I moved to 16th and Mission, and I lived at 16th and Mission for like almost 2 years, which was crazy, and then I moved to this apartment. This is only my third apartment in the city, which is
Nice.
I've been here a long time. Feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was art, did wanting to do art and being an artist factor in at all to where you lived or being here in San Francisco?
I think in theory, yes, but in that wasn't like a actual active idea in my head. I wasn't like I need to be closer to where all the art's happening and shit. But I definitely did like living in the Sunset was like why did I move from Pacifica to the Sunset? The Sunset's like the Pacifica of the city, and it's like sleepy and foggy as fuck, and like I was like and like still like not like way closer, but like I was still like going to the Mission to go to shows and like music and bars and taking the N Judah back home every day. So I don't know. So like I think yes, but that wasn't like a conscious thing. It was just like that was definitely a lot of the pull was like art, culture, music, shit happening.
Yeah. Once you were here, did you feel like it was pretty easy to tap into that and like meet people? Like, did you feel like you were like became part of a art-based community?
Yeah, I feel like I got tapped in when I still lived in Pacifica. I like one of my best friend from high school like was in a punk band that played like their first show. Like the first punk show I went to was like his band in their practice space, which was like in the TL, and then I feel like my second show like that was also his band at Honey Hive, R.I.P. And I like loved that spot. He like introduced me to that spot, and I started going there a decent amount. I like really liked it over there, and I feel like just through like going there, I met people that like I'm still friends with to this day that I like see play like way better music than they were playing when we were kids, and it's like awesome and it's cool.
Nice.
So yeah, I feel like it like happened really naturally, low key, and I think like moving to the Mission made it just like accelerate to just like way more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you mind if I close this door?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fucking
Just, like,
the
was not
laundry.
too bad. Yeah, like it's too loud. Ambiance.
Wow. Yeah. actually amazed how well that blocked out the sound.
Yeah. Cool. So you wanted to move to the mission because you felt like you were hanging out there a lot anyways?
Yeah.
Basically?
Yeah.
Okay. Because why, what about the mission? Why do you feel like you were drawn there?
Sorry, I'm like so mad at him. Why was I drawn to the mission? I don't know. I feel like it feels like where the most things I want to do are going on, in like a really compact like radius. Like you like can't like I don't know. I really like the feeling of just like walking around outside and there's hella shit going on, and like even if you like walk down the street and don't see anyone you know or anything you actually want to go to, just like people being outside and it's like loud and stuff's happening, and like I think like I've always been really drawn to like that like popping energy, like boisterous, loud, like people on the street, and I feel like the mission got like the most of that in the city. That's like appealing to me, at least. Maybe like North Beach or something, but like that's like all like spending hella money and like being at a bar with a bunch of yuppies or something. So
Yeah. Do you feel like there's a pretty tangible like art community in the mission, or like do you feel like there's like a lot of like like-minded people?
I do. I feel like there's like I feel like there's like a bunch of different little micro scenes of art in the mission that all sort of overlap. That's like really beautiful to see. Like I do graffiti, and that's like a huge like the mission's a really fun place to do that already. But then there's also just like I don't know, and then that like draws people, and then you're like running into people in that scene. But then I don't know, I feel like I'm friends with a bunch of musicians, and that also I feel like even actually specifically with the like musician homies, even if they're like actual shows they're throwing and stuff isn't in the mission, almost all of them live here, and that creates like an extra like I don't know, community feeling. My best friend lives 2 blocks away, which is like awesome, and I don't know, I'm like losing my train of thought. I'm really out of it today.
You're fine. Yeah, I mean, I feel the same. I agree with that. Yeah, I feel like there's like a lot going on. It feels kind of like one of the centers of shit happening.
Totally. Yeah, I feel like once you meet like 5 people, and then through those 5 people you could know like 100 more people, and it's like really, I don't know, I feel like the city being like really small makes that feel like extra like really sick. Some like hella community, hella art, and like everybody like knows each other, which is cool.
Yeah. Is there anything about living in the mission or just San Francisco more generally that you could find is hard to be an artist here?
I mean, money, yeah, of course. I feel like that's like the biggest thing. That's like been my main point of stress for like I don't know, like even so stressed about money in the last couple of weeks in general. But I feel like that's the biggest thing, just like, with that, it's like feeling like you have enough time to do shit, actually. And like my job is like artistic, like I make furniture, and that's like, you know, like that's like an art form that I do that I am passionate about and I love, but I also like, it's not the only thing I do, and it is also my job, and like, I would love to work less than I do and feel more like passionate about the work I'm doing while I'm there, and I'm not burn myself out, and then be able to go home and like do some other shit where like I like yeah. I was able to come home today and like feel like passionate about like cooking and like do some fun shit, but like I'm like hella tired. And I'm like, you know, I don't know. I think the money makes you not have enough time to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an energy suck also,
Yes.
you know, from like being able to commit and dedicate yourself to like what you actually like care about, you know?
Yes.
Which is hard for sure. Is there anything about living here alternatively that feels very positive or like inspiring for you artistically?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, just being around so many people that make art is like tremendously inspiring. I think like even actually like yeah, even when I lived in the Sunset, I feel like I was like making art and a little bit and like doing stuff. I feel like when I lived in the Sunset, I felt more inspired to skate. I don't know why, and maybe that's also just like an age thing. But now I like have zero. I have like absolutely zero desire to skateboard, and I feel like hanging out more with like people that already like lived in the Mission once I moved here, like my neighbors and shit, like all like I'm actually gonna shout out specifically like well Sawyer specifically, my best friend that lives 2 blocks away is like constantly inspiring me to like make more shit, but also Lucky and Sienna, who don't do anything that I really necessarily want to do. Like that's not really like my mediums or anything. I'm not a punk rocker like that. But like just the amount of shit that they're always doing and talking about, and like that shit just makes me want to do shit like more as well. It's like really, I think just like being around people that are doing shit at like a high volume, not even volume, just like constant, and like committed to projects and like new project ideas, and like I don't know, that's just like super inspiring to me.
Yeah.
I have like not that much I don't have that much self-discipline. It's like sick seeing people like that locked in on some shit like that makes me like actually like force myself to do shit, and then life's better.
Yeah.
Because I did something.
Totally.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite places to go to experience like art and music in the Mission? Is there anywhere that stands out? Or that feels like anything that feels like kind of like a center of that?
Oh yeah. I'll say that Ape feels like a big center point. The Graph store. Shout out Phyllis, who owns it. She's like, I don't know. Yeah, definitely like a place where you can get supplies for art, but also just like art shows there, and like the free wall across the street. She has like rotating group of people like do like legal murals on it every like couple months and shit. Like that feels special. Damn, you got Callie wanting your attention. That's rare. She's the most standoffish. I was gonna specifically, since in the Mission, I want to shout out these kids that I actually don't remember exactly what this space is. I feel like it like was like a restaurant that closed down or something, but it's on Mission between 16th and 17th. That some of my like young graph homies have now thrown 2 shows there. It's fresh in my mind because I went to the second one was on Saturday, I think, and I felt super inspired actually, because it was like a ton of all these kids are like 19 and 20, and they're like just super like ambitious on some art shit, but not like I don't know, just like really doing some like sick community shit, getting as many like hella people they know involved. They had like 2 bands play. They had a big table with a bunch of art supplies for people just to hang out and draw, and like all the art was really good. It was like super variety of shit. I can't remember what the most recent one was called. The one before was Ode to Frisco, and it was like all like art made as an ode to the city, and it was like really dope. I was like really, really impressed. It made my heart warm on some like, the kid's gonna be alright. It was like pretty cool. ATA also feels like a center of like shit in the Mission to me for like art. Even though I haven't been there in a while, I feel like there hasn't been a show there in a while, but that place feels really cool to me, and it's just been like going for so long. And then like Adobe Books, obviously. I feel like I just got like really, what was there was a recent, it was Dana's fucking train, there was a train themed art show there that my friend Dana organized that was like awesome. It was like the littest Adobe show I'd seen in a long time. It got all the little graffiti gremlins outside being hectic. It was like awesome. Procida Eyes is obviously like a huge like center point, but like it doesn't, not necessarily like for me personally.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, all those places.
Yeah.
Is that show, is that a spot you're talking about? Is that one, wait, you said
It's
between 16th and 17th.
Yeah.
On Mission.
On Mission, on the like west side. It's odd.
Yeah.
It's like a yellow. It's a very bright colored yellow.
Crazy.
I like.
So cool.
You wouldn't be able to like look inside if the door wasn't
Yeah.
like, open. You know?
Okay.
It's like normally like kind of boarded up almost or something.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was
Yeah.
cute. I think like somebody's like high school art teacher was somehow involved. I feel like it's maybe like someone's like. It like was someone's parents' restaurant or something. Like,
Is it yellow tile?
I don't think it's tile. Yeah, that was cool though.
That's cool. When you think about like being here and like being in those places that you just mentioned and around people and like doing art, are there any like adjectives or words that come to mind about like how it feels to be a part of that thing? Like if you had to distill the vibe down to like a few adjectives.
Adjectives. I feel like I'm thinking about. I don't know. It feels like community for sure. I had a funny moment the other day where I was like, wow, I feel really popular. So I was like, whoa. I was like, because it was outside an art show, and this lady driving by in her truck was like, who's playing? And I was like, what? And she was like, music, who's playing? And I was like, oh, no, it's like it wasn't even an art show. It was like outside of Horsey's, and it was the homie's birthday. And I was like, it's just lit because it's the homie's birthday. And she goes, wow, lots of friends? And I was like, yes, we have lots of friends. And it was really sweet, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't know. But I feel like that's what it feels like sometimes. It's just like, wow, hello community, like, love and inspiration and like stoked. Like I feel like I'm often stoked. I'm often just like, yo, let's fucking go. Like that's like, I don't know. I feel like stoked's a big one, but yeah, I felt hella that made me feel popular, which felt funny. I was like, oh yeah, it's cool. Like I do know hella people, and we got hella friends, and it's awesome. And like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I love that. You're like, no, it's just my friend's birthday.
Yeah.
It's like, what famous band is playing?
And I was like, someone has like a JBL speaker at full volume. That's why it sounds like that.
That's so funny. Those are all good words. I agree with those words.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, does it feel pretty alive to you, like the art and music scene in the Mission and San Francisco in general? Do you feel like it's pretty, like...
Yeah, I do, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like the old people you're interviewing saying no. I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're also like, we just don't know where it's happening, which is true.
Which is true. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Young Homies art show. Like that made me like feel really like not just the kids are gonna be all right, but also like the state of art in San Francisco is in good hands. I was like, these kids have more ideas than I've ever had in my life, and are like actually doing them and are like stoked, I was like, so I don't know, I don't feel, I don't know, I have the same thing talking to my parents. A bunch of my parents' friends like lived in San Francisco when they were like my age and a little bit older and like moved away and stuff, and I like tell them about stuff that I do and they're like, no way, San Francisco's still cool and there's still like artists doing weird shit. And I'm like, yes, of course, you just left. Like, I don't know. I feel like that one like bothers me sometimes. It bothers me. I'm like, no, of course. But yeah, no, I feel like it's super alive, and I feel like I don't know, I feel like it goes through like lulls and shit always, but maybe just because it's getting warm again, but I feel like it's super alive right now. Like, this last week, I was, like, having to, like, really use some self-discipline to not be, like, chronically outside and, like, not sleeping. I was like, I actually need to take care of myself. But, like, that's, like, a good sign when I'm, like, I actually need to go home so badly because I have not slept that much all week. That's, like, there's too many good things going on outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Is there anything about it that makes you worried? Like, do you ever feel pessimistic about any? Oh yeah,
for sure. I don't know. I mean, like, fucking so much shit. Like I don't know, the drones that are brand new. I was almost gonna say Waymos, but I'm like, I feel like I'm over even being pessimistic about that because it's like, it's been going. That's been happening for too long now at this point. But like the drones on the freeway scan your license plate drones. Shit's brand new. That's like concerning. Honestly, anything like that makes it harder to do crime too is really concerning to me. And I don't know, because it's like tightening the fucking bolts on capitalists like regime and like making it even harder to fucking live in the city and make art and like do dumb shit. But also specifically for me, like harder to do graffiti. I already actually know somebody that got wrapped from the fucking license plate drone. They caught him on camera with the drones like finishing his like fill and getting in his car, and they pulled up to his house, which is like insane. So shit like that makes me nervous, but I also like I don't know, I think I'm a pretty I actually would not say that I'm necessarily an optimistic person. I'm like a crazy idealist. Maya, the fuck you doing? That was like my leftover dinner. It doesn't really matter. I just like am mad at him. I don't. Yeah. Like, you don't get my food. Yeah. Fucker.
But yeah, so just like the influence of like tech and like nanny state kind of shit.
Yes,
yeah.
I think that's what makes me feel like the most like worried. I think that's like really easy to worry about. I like am really a crazy idealist though, and I'm like a toxic positivity ass, like, do you think hackathons, motherfucker? So, and I don't believe in fear. I don't believe in fear at all, and so I think like thinking about it too much is dumb. And I also think that I'm like talking to like OGs too, that I like get a sense of like, oh, shit's already like especially on like a crime tip, like shit's already harder than it used to be in many ways. Like security cameras are way crazier, and like all that shit is way crazier. And we found a way, and so I just like I think that I don't think that it could ever go away. I think that it gets harder, but new methods are made, and it's I think this city's pretty resilient, and it's been through a lot already, and so I don't feel that much. I don't have that much worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Me
Yeah.
neither. I kind of feel like there's this like unshakable spirit that I think will always, no matter what happens, that'll always be here in some
agree.
way. You know, it might look
Totally.
really different than it does now, and I feel like it already looks different in a lot of ways than it did like 30 years
Totally.
ago. But it'll still be here, I think. So
Yeah.
it's like. Do you ever think about leaving San Francisco or the Bay, or do you feel pretty dedicated?
I feel like I'm here for life. I think I've said actually many times that the farthest I'd move is Oakland. But that's where I was born, and that's where my mom lives, and like I love that's where one of my friends live. I love Oakland. I feel like I could like move to Oakland when I'm like trying to like settle down and have a baby and shit. But like I don't know. Even that one I go back and forth on. Sometimes I'm like, nah, I couldn't leave the city, but I don't know. I think I'd move to Oakland before moving to the Sunset again. But I feel pretty cemented in the Mission, and I actually feel really cemented in this house specifically. I just recently took over the lease. My former housemates moved out. I like got two of my friends to move in. I'm like, my rent's only $900. Like I'm trying to be here at least 5 years. I'm already at 3, so
Nice.
and that's like a minimum. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere for sure.
Yeah. What is it about here that makes you want to stay in the Mission?
This house or just like in general?
Both.
Both.
Either or.
I don't know. I think like actually part of both of them is like my best friend lives 2 blocks away. That's awesome. I have like a key to his house. I literally like walk over there. I like actually was gonna go walk over there before he got there because I left a print of my homie's art in his room, and I don't even know if he's home. But I was just gonna go barge in and try and find it, which is like awesome. That like makes it feel like small town like neighborhood shit. Like that's how kind of like where I lived in Pacifica as a little kid was like. But I wouldn't really expect to have that same sort of vibe in the city. But it's like really sweet. I like, yeah, and then yeah, the Mission feels like that in general. Like we're all neighbors, and that's really sweet. And like all the homies are like right there. And Oakland doesn't feel that way. Like a little bit in the west, I have friends that live like within a couple blocks from each other, but it's not like. I've still like driven from one of their houses to the other because like everybody in Oakland drives. I'm like I don't know, yeah, I like the like neighborhood community feel. Definitely makes me want to stay. Like extra tough. The weather is awesome. I have like a hella parking outside, which is rare. My job's in Brisbane actually, and that's like actually a huge reason I'm like cemented right here specifically too, is that even if before I had a car, there was a bus that goes to the airport that goes straight from 24th and Potrero to a block from my job. So it's like a block from right here to a block from my job. And it took like 20 minutes, and my drive to work is about 10 minutes, sometimes less. Because I live right next to the freeway, and then I just get off the freeway in Brisbane, and I'm like right there, which is like fucking phenomenal. Yeah, lots of things keeping me right here. I got my liquor store guy that like knows my name and shit. Like that makes me want to stay. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like San Francisco is rare in that it's so tiny. It's really easy to feel like there's a lot of community and like, you know, it is like a small town.
Totally.
Whereas Oakland is like more spread out and bigger, so
Totally.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's unique in that way for
Yeah.
sure.
It's special.
Yeah. And you want to be in the baby?
Maya.
Is this shrimp? What is this?
No, it's gnocchi.
Oh,
with,
yum.
Mushroom, ginger, miso coconut milk sauce.
What?
I'm a little bougie. I'm a
Gourmet.
little bougie.
Damn. Nice.
I got really fucked up food poisoning a week ago. Today, actually, it was a week ago today, and it actually, like, my stomach, like, is still kind of sensitive.
Really?
Yeah, it's, like, still not complete. I haven't, like, still, like, miles that I'm, like, my stomach feels fine right now, but I, normally can, like, chain smoke cigarettes. I haven't smoked a full cigarette to myself in a whole week, and if I smoked one right now, I know it would, like,
You get nauseous.
I'd get nauseous.
Fuck. What'd you
Yeah.
get it from? How'd you get food poisoning? Do you know?
I do actually know exactly what it was because my homie also got it on I-5. I went to LA last weekend actually, and on I-5 there's Pea Soup Anderson's.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where you got food poisoning?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, what did
Really
you eat?
bad. We shared a pea soup, and I got.
You got food poisoning for the pea soup?
I don't know what it was from.
At Pea
we
Soup
shared
Anderson's?
we shared all of our food. We got pea soup, and then he got some like Polish sausage sandwich, and I got some like brisket mashed potatoes gravy thing. It
Was
sounded
it good?
No,
Or,
it
was
wasn't.
bad.
It was
Okay,
bad.
I've heard bad things about that place too, honestly. But it's so cute. I love their sign. Also, they're closing, right?
No, one of them already closed.
Oh.
I think that they had multiple locations that were
Yeah.
already
Okay.
closed.
Okay.
Their sign's hella cute. I've driven by it like
Yeah.
a million times.
Yeah,
and-
me too.
And I was like kind of curious, but I kind of wanted Del Taco, which is like down the street. And the homie was like, I want to go to Anderson PCU. I've never been. I passed it so many times. And I was like, all right, I'm curious. Sure, fuck it. And then I think I kind of realized we made a mistake like the second we walked inside, low key. But it was kind of like too late. We already committed. And I was like curious, you know. I'm like down to try anything.
Yeah.
But it was bad.
Did you have food poisoning while you were in LA too then?
No, I didn't. It was on the way back.
On the way back.
It was on the
Okay,
way back.
good.
Thank
That's
God.
good.
Thank God.
Oh my god. Being sick when
No.
you're not at your house is
Was
like one of the
horrible.
worst
Yeah.
things. When I was a kid, I had this thing where anytime we'd go on vacation, I'd always get fucking sick. Or like camping, I'd always have like
That's
the flu.
terrible.
It's like so horrible, I know. So I was always like, you can never leave services because you always get sick whenever you leave.
So that's
you
why,
have
that's
to
why you're
stay.
stuck here.
Well, I just kind of treats like you're allergic to your house.
That's hella funny.
Okay. We got through a lot of my questions, honestly. But I guess, do you feel like there's anything about the mission as a place that influences your art?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I think the mission's like the, like one of the most beautiful places ever. Just like visually, I literally, the whole time I was in LA, cause yeah, I went to LA last weekend with my homie that's from the city, and the whole time we were just talking about how much we fucking hate LA. We went there for a really cool art show actually that was like super worth it, and some of my friends that don't live in LA or the Bay were like came from out of town too. So I had like a blast, but the whole time we were like, fucking hate LA, god damn it. And I remembered this interview with Too Short that I really like, where he's like, yeah, people from LA always trying to front like it's better down there, and you know, I just got one rebuttal. It don't look better. And I'm like, I kept saying it the whole time I was there, because we'd be like driving through some like fucking hideous like strip mall, like palm tree bullshit, and I'm like, shit, it don't look better, it really don't. And I got home and I'm like, god damn it, yeah, it looks so much better. Like, yeah, but I don't know, yeah, I think like this city's like unbelievably pretty. I feel like I'm like extra reminded of that anytime I leave. But yeah, the mission specifically, like super colorful. I love the architecture. I feel like I pay a lot of attention to architecture. I'd say like I could specifically attribute like some of the graffiti I do to the architecture, because graffiti is different depending on what type of buildings you got in front of you. Like specifically, I'm like really obsessed with doing hang downs, which is like you're like on a roof and you're on a roof, but you're painting like okay, like if I'm up here and this is a roof, instead of painting like if like this is the roof of one building, the next building's taller, like you could paint that, but instead I really like painting this part, so you're like hanging down and you're kind of doing it upside down and backwards, and like that's something that I feel like the Mission has really beautiful architecture for. Specifically, I love when there's like the crazy facade on the front that like sticks up, and you wouldn't do it there, but then you go around the side and the facade's gone, and then it's like just flat roof to wall. If that makes sense, I could like geek about that. I like love that shit. But my favorite hang down that I have in the city actually is like that, or that it's in the Mission, and it's like a building like that, and it's like a crazy big Victorian on Victorian style on Mission, and the building's all pink, or it's all green, sorry, with like a little bit of pink trim, and I like matched my whole letters and fill to be like multiple shades of green and with a little bit of pink in it, and that like that's my favorite piece of graffiti I have in San Francisco, like period, honestly, and it's like fully like inspired by the building itself.
Nice.
For sure.
That's cool. Hey,
Mom's
what's
not-
up? How you doing?
Hi, bros.
No, you're fine.
I'm being interviewed.
Cool. Yeah, so it's like the way that it looks, you find very inspiring.
Yeah, totally, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, even just on some like, that should like make my day better. I'm like, yeah, that's like a number one like mental health hack is take a walk and look around. Actually.
Totally. Yeah, it's a good place for that, for sure. Also, it's so flat.
True.
I love that about the Mission. It's so walkable.
Yes.
There's a lot of areas in San Francisco
That are
not.
not.
So, or they are, but you're gonna be sweating.
Yeah.
So you gotta be.
And huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that about it here. Did you spend much time in the Mission, like when you were a kid, or before you lived here, or was when you moved here was this kind of the first?
My parents are big foodies. I like there's no good restaurants in Pacifica. When I was a kid, there kind of are now, but we'd come to the city a lot just to like get dinner. I actually remember my parents taking me like in 5th grade as a recommendation from my 5th grade teacher to La Oaxaqueña, which is really funny because I actually didn't put it together until years later. But I was like, because La Oaxaqueña is my favorite taqueria actually, and I go there a lot. And I didn't realize that I had been there as a kid, and I was like, well, that felt really like sweet. But my dad really likes Taqueria San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think what else my parents would go to in the Mission.
Does it feel different to you now? Like, do you notice anything? I mean, it might be hard if you didn't come here like super frequently. I don't know. how
No,
much
it wasn't
you
like
get
crazy
again.
frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that a lot of the like. Yeah, I don't know how different it feels. I think that a lot of it feeling different is just me like actually like having a new having a wider scope of actually where everything is, and then being like, oh, all these places that my parents would like drive us to from Pacifica are like a very short walk away from each other and shit like that is I feel like more what I've noticed. I'm like, whoa, I'm like, wait, this is right here, and it's like not right, oh, like way over there. But
Yeah, walking and driving are very different
Yes.
The one-ways and the parking.
Oh my god, yes. I just got my first car, like, very recently, and it's, yeah, a whole new life.
Yeah. Down here, it seems like not that hard to have a car, though. I feel like there's lots of space.
So there's a lot of space. There's hella parking. Like all the parking in this neighborhood is like 1 hour parking
Okay.
on like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. But that's when I am at my work,
Nice.
and I have parking at my job. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm like super
That's
set.
sick.
It's like really easy to have a car right here for me at least.
Yeah.
That's dope.
How did you?
Wait, speaking
sorry.
of Rose, your car's parked in the wrong side.
Oh yeah, I saw your texting.
Okay,
I
yeah.
didn't say that the first
Where's-
Yeah, dude, that's the thing that sucks.
Yeah.
Tickets are really expensive.
Yes.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
How did you get into carpentry? Shit.
I have City College actually.
Oh, really?
I took City College classes at the Evans campus, which I love. That campus is awesome.
Where's that?
It's the one like Bayview. It's
Oh,
like by like Third and
yeah.
Army, low key. It's like it's by the silo and the building resources. They're by building resources, which I like that zone a lot. But City College classes were awesome and like learned a lot. But then my job was like a nepotism hire as fuck. I work for my mom's friend.
Kai?
Who who you know too, yeah. I love Kai so much. He's like a blessing, saint of a man. Yeah.
Tell him to text me back for this interview.
Oh, I will. Oh, for this interview, yes.
Text me back.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'll tell him tomorrow. I'll tell him tomorrow at work.
That's like, yes,
He'll be like, "What did you do yesterday?" I'll be like, "I did what you needed to
I
do."
responded.
That's awesome. I think that he's being really unresponsive today. I was getting a phone call like in the middle of my shift. I like spend all day with my headphones on. It's like connected to Bluetooth, and I'm like, "Why did my music stop?" And I'm like, "Oh, someone's calling me," and it's like a 415 number that I didn't have saved. And I answer it, and it's like, blah blah blah, Julia. And I was like, Julia, who the fuck's Julia? Like who? And then it's like Kai's partner, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like my boss's wife is calling me because she couldn't get a hold of him. And she's like, can you put him on the phone? It was really funny.
I texted both of them though.
Oh yeah.
Neither of them are good.
All right, I'll harass them for you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like it'd be so cute to
Yeah.
have both of them together.
I think that'd be
Talking
really
about,
cute
like,
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah. And because she grew up here too.
Mm-hmm. Or that she lived in the same place as I live.
Yeah, totally. But she also was a kid here.
Oh,
Like
okay.
she's been here her whole life, which is wild. So that's like
Yeah.
an extra level. Yeah. Oh my god, he told the funniest story. The two of them. Maybe I shouldn't tell you, and maybe they'll tell you. Ask him. Actually, I'll tell you. Ask him about the. Ask him when you talk to him. Ask him about the rave he went to.
When?
Him and Julia ended up at like a rave
Recently?
like last week. On some like Kai was like, I just like wanted to see some music and like dance around a little bit or something, and so I was just like trying to figure looked up some shit, and I think they ended up at a furry rave, but he had a good time. I was like, that's awesome. I love you. What the fuck?
So sweet.
That's so cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've asked all my questions. I don't know if there's anything you feel compelled to add about just like being young and an artist in the mission. If there's anything you want to mention about your experience.
So I'll add one thing of like something that feels special about this place, especially opposed to like other places I've visited that I like know people that are young doing all the same sort of stuff that I do, and that like is that this place feels really extra, like people do shit for the love of it in a way that I feel like I was just in LA. LA's like gross. I'm like, you guys are like on some crazy clout shit. New York, I feel like less on some clout shit, but on some like really trying to make it, and like I feel like, and San Francisco, I feel like doesn't get enough like props, but I think that part of that is that like people here are so genuine and are really trying to do shit because they love to do it, and it's like feeds the culture and people's spirits and the like, I don't know, it's like so beautiful to me. I think that like that's kind of not how it is everywhere. And it's like super DIY here. People are just like, oh, I have this idea and so I'm gonna do it, and it's like it doesn't have to be like the highest of quality or like reach a audience of X amount of people, but like I'm gonna do it because I want to. It sounds fun. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, it feels like it's not. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
People aren't doing it to like even to profit off of it or anything.
Totally.
It's just like I'm just doing this because I have to and because it's fun and I love it and it's a way to connect with other people. It's like a little bit more because I feel like the thing about LA and New York is like I feel like most of the artists that live there moved there to do art. You know what I mean? I feel like San Francisco, that's definitely true, but people are also moving here for other reasons, or they grew up nearby, or like you know what I mean? Like it's less of like a beacon of like calling young artists around America, like come here to do your art, like around the world, you know? It's like a little bit less of that, which is limiting in a way because people don't think of San Francisco as a place for art to happen now because they're just only think of it as tech.
I don't even know kids that are from here that move away to like LA to do shit because they're like, there's not enough opportunities here for me to like really take this shit seriously. Which like sucks, but
I know it does suck. But it is kind of true. Like, I understand that. But I also feel like if you do stay, or if you choose to be here, it's like, you're choosing to be here because you love it. And it's like, it's keeping you here. You know what I mean? For whatever that is, you know, and maybe it's not the same thing for everybody, but I do feel like there's some value in that, you know?
I agree.
Which,
Yeah. I also just, like, fuck with, like, I don't know. I like when people are proud of where they're from, like a lot in general. Like, I don't know. I met this girl in LA who was like so hyped on LA, and I was like, that's crazy, but also like it made me like her more. I was like, you like LA so much, could never be me, but like I fuck with that. Like that's cool.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Yeah,
it's nice to have like pride for your home.
Totally.
You know, it's like, and I feel like that is true of people that grew up in the Bay Area. San Francisco is like there is hella pride.
There's hella pride.
You know, it's like very like people are very loyal to this place, which understandably, you know, it's like I mean that's why I picked my whole fucking thesis. I can't think about anything else.
I love that. No, that's so good.
Yeah, it's so cool. Good. I know. That's a good point. I'm happy that you said that because I think that's true.
Yeah.
I thought of one other thing that I wanted to say. I should have written it down. I don't remember. No, I don't remember. Fuck. It probably wasn't important. I just thought of another question, but it's fine. I'm like, doing 2 in a row is kind of hard. I'm like, did I ask you that? Did I ask her that? I can't remember. But I think,
cute.
Yeah, I think we're good. If you feel good.
I feel good.
Is there anything you want to ask?
A lot of the other people were talking about like economics. And crime. Do you have anything to say about those?
I feel like I talked about. What's your
I was gonna say, do you feel like there being so much like tech and wealth in San Francisco and this area, do you feel like that impacts you in any way, or do you feel kind of removed from all that?
Yeah, I mean, I was literally talking. Yeah, I was talking about it yesterday.
Just kind of what you were saying.
Yeah. I mean, I think this city has some of like the craziest like wealth disparity, like in some of the craziest in the world, and the city being so small, like it's just all so up close and personal. I honestly think that like the most obvious way it affects me is just making me grouchy as fuck sometimes. Like I was like walking around with my earbuds in because I was like I was kind of out of it, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm like making myself more grouchy and out of it by having my earbuds in. Let me experience the world around me, and I'm like walking around the mission, and I hear this like super yuppie looking gay couple walk by me, and I just hear the sentence, I really like the little Zoo X ones. Those ones are so cute. And he's like talking about the Waymos, the ones that like the seats that face each other. And I like was already in a bad mood, and I with like zero thought, I like out loud said, ew. I was like, ugh. And I like was like, I should put my earbuds back in. I'm gonna like make myself upset. I don't know. I had like a job that I quit because I had too much like, just like, I had too many like random offhand classist comments from customers that were like not, they were like minor, and I don't think it was like, I don't even think they knew what they were saying, but it was just like the frequency. I worked in Pack Heights at a really bougie restaurant. I was like, and I actually quit because my last job was like I got in an argument with a customer after this was like years ago. There was, I think it was like the Louis Vuitton store or something in like Powell Square got robbed, and it was like made the news and shit, and he like really wanted to talk to me about it, and I was like, I was really trying to not talk to him about it because I knew we were gonna have very different opinions about it, and because I was like, that's fucking sick, they robbed the Louis store, let's go, and he was like, and he was really trying to talk to me about it, and I was like, you're not gonna like what I have to say, and I'm not gonna like, I was like, please stop. But he like kept going, and then we got into an argument, and he was like, what we really need is more cops in San Francisco, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, and I got really angry. I like spent my whole shift just like fuming. And then I was like, I don't think I want to come back here tomorrow. I can't do it. Like, absolutely can't do it. So, I don't know, I think that some of the most obvious way it affects me is really just, like, my spirit being dampened by, like, oh my god, like, I didn't want to know that you felt that way, you know, I don't know, but I think that's, like, really constant. It's crazy to see that in the city. We, like, some of, I think that we probably have more billionaires in this city than any other city has ever, and also some of the highest homeless population of any city, which is like insane, and then like 1 million empty apartments, and like, you know, it's easy to I don't know, it's easy to feel like it all sucks, for sure.
Yeah, it's very extreme.
It's very
and
extreme.
It's really in your face.
It's really
and like
in your face.
Sometimes it feels good to be here for me and be like, I am not part of that, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that can feel good, and then sometimes it feels so like, oh my god, I don't matter. Like,
yes,
it doesn't matter.
absolutely,
You know? Like,
absolutely.
it just depends.
Absolutely.
But,
yeah, I actually think that is part of my part of my loyalty to the Bay and like feeling like I want to stay here is that I feel like I really care about this place, and I have like I care about a lot of like culture, history of this place too, and I feel like the people that move here for tech and stuff don't care about any of that, and they don't want to learn about it, and I feel like I don't know, not like I'm like actually like really doing anything to help this city, but I feel like being here feels like I'm not giving up on you, baby. I got you. It's okay. You know, like in a bit of a way. I'm like, no, it's gonna be alright. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. But it definitely hurts too. Yeah. I'm like super obsessed with all the like hyphy like rap shit, which was like, you know, like when I was like a really little kid, and when technology wasn't what it is now, and all of those guys were like doing super DIY stuff, and all made their own labels and stuff. Like they never were on any major labels, and like And a lot of that I think is like sick as fuck, super bass, like that's like so Bay Area. But then because of that, a lot of it's also lost. It's weird, like a lot of that shit is like gone. And I'm like I'm like a nerd about some of that shit, and I like can't even find stuff that I know exists. Like I know like Mac Dre TV show, like Trell TV should be like on Hulu, you know, but it's like a DVD that you can maybe find on eBay for like maybe $200. You know what I mean? It's like that sucks. You know, like it's not like I don't know, yeah. And like that's like cool, but then it's also like, oh yeah, it's like
Not as accessible.
It's not accessible, and it's like nobody cares, you know, which is like hurts twice. But then it also makes it extra cool because it's like cutty and rare, but then it's also like fuck. I don't know, which feels like a lot of things about this city, you know, a lot of things feel like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's lots of like hidden gem shit, you know.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
You know.
yes.
But yeah, I think, and I also kind of feel that way about like the art and music scene, is that it's like a hidden gem here.
Totally.
Where it's like, if you know where to look for it, then you know.
Totally.
If you know which shows go to, then you know.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you're not going to really even know it exists
It
at all.
happens at all, yeah,
You know?
totally.
It's just like,
Yeah.
it's possible to be completely oblivious to it in
Yeah.
a way that I think in the past it wasn't as possible. I think it was more
I believe
in your
that.
face,
I
you
believe
know?
that, for sure.
And it's not necessarily better or worse, just kind of how it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but cool.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for doing this.
We're done.
I'm really happy.